Hi, I'm Mika Truman, and welcome to Frankincense School of Mystical Arts, and where you can always find me at fsma.life. And if you're interested in tapping into your abilities and learning some great tools and how I opened up different techniques that I learned, you can jump over and check out those videos as well. So, I would love to share with you what I see coming up as far as going into March and April and the big changes that I see that is coming. So, I do see more and more of just the different protests really strongly evolving and coming up. And I do get more of trucker strikes coming to the countries. And is what's interesting is that I do get, so as far as even within the US goes, I do get, even within Canada and other countries, there are so many misinformation. You have these news media stations, and one says one thing and then the other one says another, and we're like, we don't even know who's telling the truth and who isn't, who's being upfront. You just don't know. And I do get what is very interesting is that I do see the protest in the US, and I do see the big massive trucker strike, and that strongly evolving and that becoming massive and huge. And is what is really interesting to me. And of course, I do get that it is going to affect more food on the shelves being not so ample, not as stocked up as what we have been used to. So I do get, of course, it's always wise to have that little bit of reserve the different food, different things that you need. Make sure you have that. Make sure that you were stocked up just a little bit. It definitely, I feel, is just a wise choice, a wise decision, because think about it. The truckers are gonna, if they go on strike, who's bringing the groceries? Who's bringing things that you may need? Your medicines, diapers, different supplies and things that you need. Who are going to bring them to your stores? We may see a shortage, and that's what I see could very well come up. Now, jumping into that even a little bit further, I have said in the past where we have this event that I see happening where we may be even possibly put or told to stay indoors. There's different laws. All of a sudden, we're implementing this of this emergency where we have to stay indoors. You're not allowed to leave your home. And I do get with the whole police, I do see like the police totally, and those of authority, firefighters, all these different people who have been in authority, I see a lot of them just walking away. Like they're just not going to do it anymore. They don't want to, they're not going to go up against the people. They're not. And so I do get going into next month and going into April, we may see who's in charge. The police are now on the people's side. And then if we totally are going to have this martial law declared, which I get is going to happen, that's how I see it, a strong possibility. And then the military walking the streets, which is interesting. And then the people are going to say, okay, now whose side are they on? We don't even know. And who's in charge of them? You won't know. What is interesting to me is I do get there might be some military people who are first a president. There may be. And then there could be this other part where they're part of this other higher consciousness. Like you just don't know. But is what's really interesting is that I get all of a sudden, I don't see those military people enforcing stay home, or doing the arrest that they were told to make. I just don't really see that, which is really interesting. And people are going to say, okay, well, whose side are you on? And then you have the media over here, and they're totally televising these events. And people are like, where is this even happening? Because I don't see it. They said it's happening in this state, and you're in that state, and you don't see that. Remember, I've said, show it on your phone. I just got home from downtown Chicago, and where they say this and this is happening, or wherever. If you're in a place where somebody is saying certain things are happening and maybe it's not, maybe, share. It may not be a bad idea, because if the people can't trust the information that they're getting off the media, who can they trust? And this is where people come together, and it's people helping people and people trusting people. This is where we are joining this. We're gathering as a consciousness, and it's about people loving each other, and it's humanitarian acts of kindness and love that we really are truly as one, and we are. We're in this together, and we're going to support each other, and I see that so strong. And I just get that we may be headed to where I'm going to say maybe the end of March, where we see different, possibly change of hands. I want to add into that where I do get people won't necessarily know who's in charge, and you won't. I don't get that you will, because it's going to get so ugly, and I've said it before, where the people are taking such a strong stand. I get it is the people that could be tearing down certain maybe government offices or buildings. Is so interesting. It's the people that is stepping forward, and they're kind of saying that this is accepted, and this isn't. Like, I see them really taking charge. So that is going to be very interesting. But I do get a lot of court hearings, and some of the court hearings I don't get is going to be televised. And you have certain media stations that are saying, okay, it said it on this news station, but not on this one. You're not going to know. And that's why trusting your intuition, I get, is going to be so crucial at this point. And it will be. And listening to maybe different people that you know on different videos. And it's the people sharing. So that is going to be really big. But as far as I get the first part of April, which is really interesting, and I didn't even look. I was going to look when exactly is Easter, but I get there is something to Easter. As far as, of course, you have the court hearings, and then I do get that there's going to come out more where more and more states are recalling their elections, more of that. And I do get that it is about different militaries stepping forward. So you have all this happening all at once. And then the military, nobody knows whose side they're on, but they seem to be walking the streets. Now, I must say, I do get, we may see some events where there is different buildings of possibly different people who have not been of the highest integrity of the people coming down. And I have to say that they're being taken out because maybe possibly they have not done things right by the small ones, and different people, adults, women, abuse in certain ways. And I do get those that have been affiliated to those groups. I get all of a sudden those buildings are gone. That's what I see the military doing. They may say, oh no, we're at WAR, and then you're really not, because I get that it's the military people. It could be our own governments, your own governments, going in and only taking out all these different places. And then the people are not really affected. But I do get, if they say stay home, you should stay home, and you should stay home for a reason. And it is because they're taking out these bad people and doing all these arrests and taking out these certain buildings. So I do see that very strong, because I do get that we are at WAR with entities that are not of this world. And I know it's like, oh my gosh, there she goes again. Yes, here I go again. Oh, here I go. We're going right down the rabbit hole. But yeah, I see us at war with entities who have misused people. When they blow up the entrances to those, their home, let's say, I do get it's for a reason. And you don't want to be around that. So whether you know what it is, if it doesn't really feel like, I mean, the good protest if you're feeling inclined to go. But if something feels weird and you're like, I really need to stay home, I think I'm staying home. Stay home. Just do it. Because I want you to be safe. But I see all this happening at once. And it's going to be really super intense. But I do get there is something going on with Easter, as far as all of a sudden, for second week in April, you're going to know exactly who's in charge and who's back and what group he brought with him, which will be very interesting. Those people that we thought were dead, I don't even get, some of them really are dead. And I do get the first part of Easter, they're coming back. And one of my friends said, he has risen. So that comment was from my friend. I'm trying to get her to come on, do some shows with me. So hopefully soon, but he's risen. I don't know what that means. Think about it. It'll be really interesting. But then you will find out all the truth and everything with the court cases and how they ended. So I just wanted to jump in and share. And I love you all so very much. So please like, subscribe, and do share. And until next time, take care.